Hello, ladies. I hope that you all are doing well. As you all log in, you can, say hello in the chat, drop your name, where you're from if you want to. I will give you guys a little bit more time. But while I'm here, hi, my name is Jasmine Wilde. Um, on social media, like on Instagram, where I'm most active. Hi. On Instagram, where I'm most active, I go by Hello Miss Wild, but Jasmine works. Um, Again, thank you, Annie, for the opportunity to speak to your class about meditation and journaling. Hello, hello. Meditation, journaling, and we are focusing on your chakras. Some also pronounce it chakras, but for tonight, I'm going to use the term chakras. Some of you all were here last class, and some of you were not able to make it, which is completely fine. I'll see if we can get a recap of the first chakra that we went over 2 weeks ago. Hi. Um, was the root chakra. So today we are going to focus on the sacral chakra, which makes me so excited because there's just so much to talk about in this area. But we're going to definitely cover the basics. And we're going to talk about the chakras a little bit. We're going to do a couple of breathing exercises, and then we're going to do a meditation and wall with some things to do. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you, Annie, again for the opportunity to be here and to share this information with your village of women. I think it's such an important time right now where the world is kind of on pause, causing us to draw further into ourselves to figure out who we are, what do we like, what don't we like. A lot of times we just get caught up in the hustle and bustle of like work and career and family, tugged in all these different directions. And here's a time that we have right now to focus on you, and centering and aligning yourself. I'd like to say emotional or spiritual alignment is just like a chiropractic alignment. Sometimes the wear and tear of life kind of gets you out of place. And so you sit down with someone and they kind of crack your bones and all types of things to get you in alignment. You feel better, you breathe better. Life is a little bit more colorful. You're able to pay attention to things that you've never seen before. I like to say your threshold of happiness becomes lower because now anything can make you excited. You're like, look how beautiful that flower is. Do you hear how beautiful that music is? And I'm telling you, taking the time to pay attention to what you feel allows you to reach that level of happiness by, again, like I said, lowering that threshold of happiness. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to see so many of you are on today. We have a couple more people than last time. But let's go ahead and just jump into it. Can you guys hear me pretty well? There we go. All right. Well, I'm not exactly sure if you guys were asked to bring yoga mats, which I have down here, or pillows. We'll be using that a little bit later. I don't know whether you all have a journal or a pen. Hopefully you guys have that too. And if you don't, you can have one. Make sure you have one next time. All right. Great. All right. Well, before we get started, I just want us to go ahead and take some deep inhales and exhales and just get, acclimated to our environment, to where we are. So whether you're sitting on your bed, which is perfectly fine, or sitting on the floor in a chair, I just want you to feel the space around you, look around, and I just want you to take a deep inhale, just a and then take another one. And that part of letting the sound come out of your mouth, that's very important. So one more for a good 3. There we go. All right. So let's hop into understanding this part of your chakra. The chakra that we're talking about today is the sacral chakra. The color of the sacral chakra is orange. It's a very beautiful, vibrant orange. And orange means so many things. I'm not sure how familiar you all are with crystals, but a beautiful orange crystal is a carnelian. And that is a beautiful orange, vibrant color that makes you think of creativity. Orange is a representation of sensuality and sexuality. Orange is also a color of your emotional body, your emotional well-being, right? And your sacral, I showed you all last time about your root chakra. Your root chakra is down here very low, next near to your coccyx bone. Your root chakra is at the bottom. Your sacral chakra is more so right here near your womb, your genitals, your area. Well, yeah, in the general area right here. Like I said, this is a great area of creativity. It's a great area of sensuality and sexuality. And I want to explain to you the chakras can either be blocked or overactive, or they can be open. So when you have an open root chakra, you are able, and let me show you some of my notes really quickly. So when you have an open root chakra, sorry, sacral chakra, you are expressive. You're able to express what you want. You are able to express what you need. You're able to express what you desire. When your sacral area is open, you're also able to, what am I trying to say? You're open to intimacy. You're not closed off. You're open and expressive about what it is that you want and desire vocally and again, sensually and sexually. Also, a person that has an open sacral chakra is passionate and communicative and lively in that area. A blocked sacral chakra, see, I like to write this down because let me tell you, as doing this work, I also see myself so much in it. And the thing is, as I read these different things, understand that you may resonate with each one of them. So just listen and figure out which one applies to you. So a blocked chakra can look like a lack of creativity. Maybe you enjoy writing, maybe you enjoy reading. What are some of the things that you enjoy? Maybe you don't have the energy to do those things. That can indicate a blocked sacral chakra. Another thing, a low sex drive. And the reason I want to say low sex drive is because nobody's sex drive is the same. If you're a person that desires sex once a week, and then there's another person that may desire sex every day, that doesn't mean that, oh, you want too much sex or, oh, you want too little sex. You kind of have to go along with your own natural rhythm. So let's say you are a person that likes to have sex on a weekly basis and you just haven't been feeling like it. You're like, that could indicate a blocked root chakra as well. You are a person who cannot be spontaneous and you are very either controlling or codependent. Yikes. That can indicate a definite block. Your sacral chakra. And I will go over reasons why this is possible. I just want to list some of what it may look like. So those are some of the ways that it looks if it's blocked. Now, here's another thing, overactive. So if your sacral chakra is overly active, that can look like being overly emotional. Like you're able to express yourself, but you kind of go overboard. You're very expressive and you're overly emotional constantly. It's like it just keeps pouring out. Another thing, sex addiction. Again, like I said, whether you're a person that desires sex normally once a week, or maybe you desire it every day. What I mean by sexual addiction is that becomes your way of communicating with people, and that's it. Or you no longer feel like you are in control of that desire, and it feels like it's going beyond and before you, and you're kind of just going after it. Like, oh, okay. When you don't have control of sexual urges or desires, or you find yourself being feeling disappointed afterwards, like, God, why did I do that? I knew that wasn't a good thing. You may want to check in with the sacral chakra. And another thing is poor boundaries. I deal with women with this area a lot, dealing with lack of boundaries. Many of us women, we saw our mothers and our grandmothers, take care of everybody, cook and clean and work, do this, and don't take care of themselves. And then we see it in television, we see it in shows where it's the woman going, and she's praised. No, we don't need to do that. We need to stop doing that. And I know that's what we've seen time and time again, but now we have an ability to sit here and deal with that thing. We're not going to do that anymore, because you know what happens when you take care of everybody else and there is nothing left for yourself? How does that make you feel? And does anyone turn around and say, hey, I got some extra joy that I'm going to give you? No, everybody takes care of themselves. So it's very, very important. I would probably say this every class dealing with every chakra, is that you have got to fill your cup up first. And when your cup is full, you are able to spill off into others in so many beautiful ways from a full cup. Because also when you give from an empty cup, it just has consequences for you. And then when you're giving from an empty cup and you're giving your last, I know it's seen as like such a knowledge, honorable thing. I caution you, take care of yourself first. All right. So now that we understand more about the sacral chakra, I want us to get into some breathing exercises before we get into our meditation, which I really, really enjoy. So first, whether you feel that, well, maybe we need to do that first. As you sit with these things that I have told you, have you identified whether you're like, hey, my sacral chakra seems open, I have a pretty normal, comfortable, and let's say also, I feel like I need to say this too, having a healthy sex life doesn't always mean that you have a partner. Doesn't mean that you actually have to be having penetrating sex with someone else or whatever type of sex. What I'm really focused on, we're talking about the sacral chakra, is the intimacy within yourself. So whether it's this solo play or you were talking about a relationship with your partner, your significant other, but I mean the sexual energy going on with yourself. How do you look at yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror? Are you speaking positive affirmations? That was something that I had to work on too. And then cut to my mirror over here. I do a lot of work in that mirror right there. And I'm going to give you some activities you all can do before we end this with increasing and your relationship with your sacral chakra. So back to the breathing. All right. So what's very, very important about breathing, which we learned in the last class, is breathing from your diaphragm. A lot of times we take such short breaths and we really, really, really are not using our full lung function. So if you're taking a breath like this and you're just like, all of that is chest. So when you decide to take an inhale, as we're going to lay down a little bit later and do the meditation, this is your diaphragm. I want this to expand when you are taking a deep breath. So let me give you an example. And also these breaths, they don't need to be fast. It can be a slow inhale. Okay. So that's how it works for me. But for you, I want you to give it a try. It may be a little uncomfortable for a little bit because if you have not normally been breathing with your diaphragm, you are actually learning a new muscle. This is good for your waistline too. So go ahead and practice that a little bit, at least one time. So go ahead and take an inhale. You can either inhale, I prefer you inhale through your nose, but if that may be challenging, you can inhale through your mouth. So go ahead and take a deep inhale. And exhale. And when you exhale, I want you to squeeze the air through your teeth, and I'll explain to you in a little bit why. I wish I could see y'all so bad. So continue to practice that. Do it 2 more times so you get a good 3 in there. Now, the importance of this is the type of breath that you can take anywhere. Whether you are, in bed, or you are studying, or you are dealing with great anxiety, or if we're specifically talking about the sacral chakra, maybe you are thinking about inviting company over, or maybe you're thinking about making love with your partner or your mate, and anxiety comes up or thoughts come up, because that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit later, is the sexual trauma that many of us have experienced. Some of us can jump right into sex, and some of us need some time to breathe. So this is also something that you can do no matter where you are. If you are feeling out of control, or if you are feeling nervous, anxious, take these deep breaths. I'm telling you, deep breaths literally change my life. It can change yours too. So again, taking that deep inhale, and then you're going to exhale through the front of your teeth. That's a great breathing exercise. Another thing is alternate nose breathing. All right. This is something that you can also do in a state of meditating, whether you're listening to music or you're candle gazing, or maybe you're just looking up at the sky. So alternate nose breathing is that you cover one nose and you inhale and you hold it and you blow out the other nose. Now, sometimes you may have some nose issues where one nose is stopped up and then one is flowing, and that's fine. Eventually, it'll correct itself. But that is a good way to. It's also like a brain exercise. And while your brain is focusing on breathing through your nose, whatever else that you were worried about kind of becomes something in the far distance. So it's a brain activity, it's a breathing activity, it's a meditative activity, and it's something that you can do on your own at any time that doesn't distract anyone around you. So if you're sitting at your desk, if you are in the car, sitting, waiting in traffic, that's something that you can do. Sit there and do alternate nose breathing. Like for now, like this nose is very stopped up. But yeah, breathing in through one nose and then breathing out the other. So again, I want you to try that 2 more times. So that will be 2 breath activities that we'll learn today, and that we'll do a little bit later on. So again, breathing through one nose, nostril. Hold. Exhaling through the other nostril. All right, how does that feel? I wish I could see y'all so bad. So, all right. So those are some breathing things that we can work on. And right now I'm ready to get into the meditation. So I'm going to pause this music really quickly. And this is what I want you all to do. Go ahead and grab your mat. I'll go over a quick tutorial of, what you can do for your mat work. So whether you have a pillow or a blanket, the thing is about meditation, you want to be comfortable. There is no way to do this. One more time. There's no wrong way to do this. You can't not meditate right. Even if you do happen to fall asleep, that's a beautiful thing, because that means that you have relaxed your brain and your body enough to fall into a deep sleep. And I guarantee you, your body will probably thank you. If you're in this class, I'm pretty sure you are a driven woman, super ambitious. So sometimes it's hard to get our brains to cut off, especially at nighttime. So go ahead, grab your mat. Depending upon your body, you can put a blanket, or right now I don't have my box with me, but you can put a blanket or a pillow underneath your knees to kind of give you some space in the back. If you're a person that has, some back issues, again, whether you want to grab a blanket or a pillow, you can put it behind your back. And you want to be open. You want your fingers open. You don't want to cross anything. You want to keep that energy open. And if you feel the need to cross something, that means that you are trying to protect yourself from something. Understand, that's the reason why I asked you in the beginning to look around into your space. You have to know that you are grounded, stable, and safe in your area in order to release into the moment. If you don't want to lay down during your meditation, and maybe you just only want to sit, again, you can sit with your legs crossed, hands up. There's no there are different hand mudras that you can do, but we're not going to go that deeply. You can honestly just lay your palms open, facing up, and you can do that too. So go ahead. I want you to find a comfortable position, whether that is laying down, whether that is sitting up. And I'm going to give you a couple of moments to do that. And then we are going to start on this meditation. Here, come back. couple minutes. 1 minute. All right. All right, as you get into your comfortable position, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to just normally breathe. Take your normal deep breaths. You are grounded, stable, and safe. On your next breath, I want you to take a deep inhale. And as you take this inhale, I want you to imagine a beautiful white light entering your lungs and through your body. And when you've inhaled and you have no more space to breathe, I want you to exhale through your teeth. I want you to imagine that the air leaving your body is a brown rust color. Because we are clearing out the rust, we are cleaning out the cobwebs in your sacral area. So as you take this inhale, I want you to see it going through your lungs and down your arms and through your fingers. And on that exhale, I want you to squeeze it through your teeth. All the weight and the things that no longer serve you. On your next inhale, I want you to see that clear, white, cleansing light. As you take a deep inhale, I want you to see the light moving through your chest, down through your stomach, down through your womb, down your legs, down through your toes and your feet. And as you exhale again, I want you to see that rust going right through your teeth. As you let go of the things that no longer serve you. I want you to take your most prominent hand. If you are a lefty, I want you to put your left hand on your womb. If you are right-handed, put your right hand on your womb. And then you take your secondary hand, and I want you to put it on top. And I want you to breathe in a vibrant orange light into this space. I want you to put so much energy into your hands, into this sacred space. Your womb has been with you your entire life. And as women, a lot of us, we hold a lot of trauma in our wombs. Many of us were not able to express the things that hurt us or harm us. Because sometimes as women, we're quote unquote not allowed to speak up. But in this moment, I want you to acknowledge your womb and the things that you carry and the stories that it has to tell. Your sacral chakra, if it is blocked, it can be blocked for many reasons, and it is not your fault. It's not your fault. The things we experience in this earthly existence, we have no idea what may come day by day. But in this moment, I want you to breathe forgiveness into your womb. I want you to forgive yourself for the things that you've allowed to enter into your sacred space that was not deserving of you. when you knew they were deserving of you, or even if you thought they were deserving of you and you didn't know it until later that they were not. I want you to forgive yourself for that. And on your next inhale, I want you to use that clear, white cleansing light and to clear that space. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Repeat after me. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Now I want you to return back to your normal breathing. You can put your hands back to your side, or you can keep your hand on your wound, whichever feels comfortable. And if you find yourself feeling very emotional at this point, I want you to take the hand that's on top and I want you to put it on your chest. One hand on your wound, one hand on your chest, on your heart. I want you to return back to your normal breathing, and I'm going to read some affirmations as you relax. I am love. I am able to love. I am able to receive love. I enjoy and I am worthy of pleasure. I allow myself to enjoy the beauty of expression. I know what it is that I desire, and I know that I am worthy of it. I honor my body. Sex is a sacred creation that I feel no shame or guilt for enjoying. I deserve to feel good. I receive pleasure and abundance. I let go of past feelings that do not serve me. I erase laws that told me that I was not good enough, or worthy enough, or beautiful enough. I feel joy often. I feel safe while enjoying sex. I am comfortable in my own dwelling place. Now take a deep inhale and exhale. In this moment, I want you to be present with your body. What do you feel? What colors do you see? What areas of your memory are you running away from? And what memories are sitting right in front of your face? I want you to dive into those places and to explore those places in your memory. Your memories hold the keys to unlocking the doors of your present and your future. All of the things that you have been through and have experienced can be used for your highest and your greatest good. Your story is important. Your experiences are important. They are all a part of your story. And you are a divine woman. In all that you do, in all that you carry, how you show up for your friends and your families and your lovers. But what makes you so divine and what makes you even more divine is how you take care of yourself. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And continue to exhale until it feels like your belly button is touching your back. Completely empty yourself. And then refresh yourself full of bright new air. Sit in this moment and allow yourself to feel. Take both hands and put them back over your womb. And right now, we are balancing our sacral chakra. We are able to communicate. Yes, we are able to communicate our needs and our wants. We are able to love, give love, and receive love openly. We are worthy of pleasure. We are worthy of the gifts that are waiting for us to receive them. We are full of lively and lovely sensual and sexual expression for and through ourselves. Not wearing it as guilt or shame, but being very beautiful and very positive about how we look and how we show up in our lives. We are able to express ourselves emotionally and to remove people, places, and things that do not allow us to express ourselves fully. We have strong and healthy boundaries. Take a deep inhale. And on this next inhale, I want you to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, I want you to use your voice. I don't want a simple, allow the noise to come out of your mouth. Not too loud. And I want you to feel the energy coming off of your shoulders and out. Inhale. Exhale vocally. Another inhale. And return back to your normal breathing. Bring energy to the center of your forehead. Now bring energy to your nose. Bring attention and energy to your ears. Bring attention and energy to your lips. Bring attention and energy to your tongue. Bring attention and energy to the back of your neck. And if you can, turn it left and turn it right. Bring attention to your shoulders and scrunch them up and release them. Bring attention to your arms. Bring attention to your hands. Wiggle them around. Bring attention to your chest and your abdomen. Bring attention to your lower back. Be aware of where you feel tightness. Bring awareness to your butt. Squeeze and release. Bring attention to your thighs. Squeeze them and release. Bring attention to your calf muscles. Bring attention to your feet and your ankles. Twist them in a circle if you can. And now bring attention to your toes and wiggle them around. Welcome to your body. Welcome your spirit to your body and say hello. Say, I've missed you. Welcome. Feel this connection, that you are always connected to Source, that you always have a deeper connection within yourself, and that you are never alone. Take your time as you come to with wiggling your hands and your toes. Take your time with opening your eyes. There's no rush. Move as slow as you need to. If you have water near you, take a drink. You don't pop up fast. Take your time, move slow. And that concludes the meditative part. Again, take your time, get into a space. Feel free to let me know how you feel here on the live chat, and we'll enter into the space of where we're going to talk about journaling. Meditation and journaling go hand in hand for me. Journaling is a way to take what you feel inside your head. It takes your thoughts and it puts it on paper so you can fully understand your thoughts and feelings. Sometimes we want to rush to talk to people about things, and, we love our friends and family, but as they talk, they can take over our stories. Then our story changes. With writing, no one can distract you. No one can interrupt you. It is literally a stream of consciousness, and it's a way to connect with yourself deeply, more deeply. So things that I want to, and I will type it over in the chat, some of these questions are because we are specifically focusing on the sacral chakra. I want you to think about first of all, let's start here. Do you feel that you are worthy of pleasure? How do you feel about the word pleasure? And again, if you are still coming out of your meditation and you are still floating, take your time. But one of the questions that I do want to ask, is how do you feel about pleasure? Guilt. Guilt is a area again that shows that your sacral chakra is blocked. What are things that make you feel guilty for enjoying pleasure? Was it something that you were taught growing up? Was it shame that you experienced? A lot of women that I have worked with have dealt with some type of body shame. And it doesn't matter if you were how you were built, whether you were thin frame or larger frame. Many women have dealt with, what we talk about the Me Too movement, have dealt with, sexual abuse or sexual harassment in some type of way. And so sometimes that gives us a dialogue that we have about ourselves. Some people who've grown up in very, very strict religions, let me cover myself so I don't make anybody else fall. Sometimes we can take and put all of these things, the actions of other people on ourselves. So sometimes we feel guilty for enjoying something. Do you feel for enjoying that piece of chocolate? Do you feel guilty for desiring sex? Do you feel guilty after having sex? Do you what are the areas in which you feel guilt? And that is something to, and I will put this in here. Do I feel worthy of? Do I feel worthy of pleasure? There we go. These are some of the journaling prompts I want you to sit with. And this isn't something that I just want you to sit with today. Let's say you can't find the answers to these questions right now. That's perfectly fine. I don't want, just like with meditation, there's no wrong way to do it. I don't want anything to be forced. With doing the inner work, some things you will have to push yourself through. But this right here, the work that you do with me, I want it to feel good. I want it to come from a natural place. I want you to feel comfortable sharing your story and what you feel. And I want you to be honest with yourself. Sometimes a lot of our answers, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing well today. But what if you had a really trashy day? So I don't want you to give typical answers to me or to yourself. I want you to be honest about these questions. Pleasure, again, it can be a tricky topic for people. Guilt can be a tricky topic for people. But I want you to dive into these questions on your own. And I want this to be something that you revisit throughout the week, whether you decide to check in again on Sunday or check in again on next Wednesday about how you feel about the space and continue to have the dialogue. Before we go, I also want to give you an exercise that I want you all to think about doing. Just consider it. I wish I could see your faces and interact with your energy because this is one of my favorite things to do with my students. Again, like I was telling you about the mirror work, that thing right there is very, very important because it allows you to see yourself, the body that you came in here with. And so I'm sure if you're into lingerie or not. A lot of people think that lingerie has to do with like enticing a mate, and it's not true. Can it entice a mate? Absolutely. But lingerie is not about them. Lingerie is about you. So I would challenge you to find a piece of lingerie that you really like. And I want you to stand in that mirror. And if you're not ready for lingerie or it's not your thing, that's fine too. But I have something else you can do. So when you get out of the shower, I'm not sure whether you all use lotions or oils. For me, I like to still be wet and I will put oil on. But this is what I want you to do. Next time you get out of your bath or your shower, I want you to find a mirror and I want you to be naked. Stay naked. And I want you to sit in front of a mirror and I want you to oil yourself down from head to toe while looking in the mirror. And I want you to repeat affirmations to yourself, okay? Whether we could write, some of these, maybe I could send them to Annie, some of these affirmations that we wrote here, even some of the affirmations that we did for the root chakra, or just some affirmations, you can just create in general. I want you to speak these affirmations while looking yourself in the mirror. And I want you to oil yourself down. And I want you to touch all the different parts of yourselves. For me, I used to hate my ears. So because one is like, I feel like this is my normal ear and this ear sticks out. And even though no one else would know it, it's something that used to bother me as a child. And we all have these different things about our body, whether it's like, I hate this extra long toe. I want you to rub that extra long toe and give it some good energy because it's yours. It's yours. So it's like, I want you to take time to fall back in love. And if you've never been in love with yourself, this is an opportunity to begin to fall in love with yourself. And I'm telling you, I'm not sure how many of you are dating or married or in relationships or desiring a relationship. If you are single and you are looking to date, let me tell you, nothing is more attractive than a person that is in love with themselves. I mean, it could be the most beautiful man ever. But if you have a conversation with him and he's like, well, I really don't like this shirt or I don't like these pants, and all he could do is talk down about himself, I'm not going to be interested. I'm like, that's going to be a lot of work to pick you up every day to tell you how amazing you look, and you don't believe it. It's just like a cup with constant holes in it. We don't want to be that way either. So take the time to do the mirror work. I erase them now, but I used to have affirmations written on my mirror with a dry erase marker, and I would change it every week because sometimes when we see things over and over, we kind of make it monotonous and it doesn't make any sense anymore. So I would write an affirmation at the top. Last year I wrote, I've made the most money I've made in my entire life. And that happened. I wrote a lot of different things on that mirror, but I'm telling you, the mirror work is real. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to find some lingerie and I want you to sashay around your house and feel beautiful. Even once a week, I will cook with heels on, and I'm not dating anyone at this time, but it feels good to me. So I want you to do things. Yes, self-love. I want you to do things that make you feel good. Another thing about the sacral chakra and creativity, recently, I just repainted my walls and decided to put some accents on it. Beautify your space, not just yourself, with scents and oils. What are the smells you like to smell? What do you like to smell like? What are beautiful things that you want to put around yourself, whether that's flowers or I just want you to take this next week to just treat yourself. I want you to buy the food that you really wanted to eat. Why not? Do it. I want you to do something nice for yourself that makes you smile, that makes you happy, because it also creates this other joy around yourself of that you are worthy of that gift. You are worthy of those things. And when you walk around with this sense or this air of that you are worthy and deserving, and not in a sense that's like, because sometimes we think that I'm worthy and deserving, so that makes you like a stuck up person. It's not even a glow like that. It's the energy that you walk with. I have to share this story. I've been working with a student with that, and literally she went to Home Depot 2 days ago, and she was looking at this plant. And we had been working on, self-love. We had been doing the lingerie work and stuff too. And she was looking at this plant, and it was $99.99. And she was like, I'm not going to do it. And a guy asked her, he was like, what you doing? She's like, I'm just looking at this plant. He's like, you gonna get it? And she was like, no, not right now. I'm trying to figure out my budget. That man bought her that whole plant. He didn't want her number afterwards. It was nothing. He didn't want anything from her, but it was the air around her of like, I deserve this plant. And she felt that she deserved it. And so it's an internal dialogue that ends up reflecting energetically on us on the outside. And to give you a visual, have you ever been to a still lake and you throw a pebble in it and then you see the ripple effect? You see it, right? So when you begin to think and feel all of these amazing things about yourself, your aura, those ripples are like your aura. People around you begin to feel it. They're like, what is that glow? What are you doing? What are you drinking? What are you eating? And you're like, I'm just taking better care of myself. You don't have to wait for a partner to take better care of yourself. You don't have to wait for those things. You can do those things yourself and attract more to you. So I want you guys to do the mirror work, and I will be talking to Annie to see if you guys have gotten naked in front of your mirror for yourself. And I want you to look at your whole body. I mean, I want you to turn around. I really want you to see yourself. Because my thing is, if you don't know what you look like, how do you know what anybody else is experiencing? You need to fall in love with all of this. Fall in love with all of it. Let's see. Yes, amen. So yeah, ask those questions. And I may have some follow-up questions. This is, I really, really love diving deep into this sacral chakra work because, again, there are so many women that have dealt with sexual trauma. And I just want women to know that you are worthy of pleasure, to enjoy pleasure. That sexual pleasure is for you. It's not just for your partner, it's for you. And I bet many of you all are pleasers. You know, oh, I'm just here to please. You deserve to be pleased as well. Okay. So I'm trying to think if you guys have any more questions, you can put them on the live chat. We got a couple more minutes, or you can find me on Instagram at Hello Miss Wilde. I'm open for dialogue because this is just genuinely what I love to do. Hope you all enjoyed the meditation. I am working on having some more available for you all soon. And of course, longer so you can really deeply relax into it. You know, I have some morning meditations and some evening meditations as well. But again, with the meditation and the sacral chakra alignment that we did, if you may sleep a little bit deeper tonight, allow yourself to relax into that sleep. Drink some water. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. Drink some water. You may be a little off. You may get some random news or just random stuff may start happening. Just write it down. Take note of it. Pay attention. Oh, thank you guys so much. Pay attention to what happens after you do work on your chakras, because I'm telling you, things really do happen. Things really do change. So pay attention. So, guys, if you have any questions, you can put them here. Again, you can reach me on Instagram. Oh, thank you all so much. It's so crazy because I'm a bit of an introvert, but I love being around people too. And I wish I could just see you guys. Will we be able to replay a video at the same link? I'm not exactly sure, but you know what? I will see if I can save this and repost it so you guys can have access to it later for sure. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad it was needed, because I think we all need it, you know, time to just sit with ourselves and our thoughts. We're doing so many things all the time for other people, and it's like, when do we have time for ourselves? Yes. Okay, great. Let me know if you have any more questions. We still have a couple of minutes. Oh no. Yeah, I'll make sure that I have a replay available so you can join in. I'm sorry you missed it. And please remember, answer those questions. Oh, that's a different conversation. But yes, answer those questions about pleasure and those questions about guilt. See where you fit in. And well, I think that is about it. Again, I'll wait a couple more seconds to see if you guys have any questions. No questions tonight. The music that I was playing is a composer. His name is Petter B. Helland. So if you guys ever want to just listen to some, you know, instrumental music, there's some really great instrumental music located on let me there are different stations on YouTube that you can listen to as well. Yeah, soon I'll have some music for you all to listen to. So we'll be able to do that soon. All right, ladies. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. I really do hope that you all got something from it. We'll be able to see the first one you did. I have to see if that is still in queue. If not, I may have to record another one because I want you all to have all 7. So I will see if I can find the recording of the root chakra one. Oh, okay. It's in Annie's email. Okay, perfect. And if you cannot find it or if it's not there, I'll see if I can find it and repost it on YouTube. All right. Well, ladies, you all have a wonderful day. Again, like I said, you can reach out to me on Instagram, or if you need to reach out to me for any questions, just email Annie and she'll get you in contact with me. And I will see you guys next week. Next week, we'll be going over the solar plexus chakra. So you're a person that deals like with anxiety and depression and different things like that. We got some good stuff coming. I have some good stuff coming for that. So all righty. Well, you ladies have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been a pleasure.